of a joke, motioned to her with his hand to keep silent 1 minute longer, for her life. Nor did he remove his hand into its former posture, but kept it in the same warning attitude until he had finished the paragraph, when he paused for a few seconds, with a smile upon his face, as who should say, this editor is a comical blade, a funny dog, and then asked her what she wanted. 'I've brought him a little something to eat,' said the good woman. 'If you please, sir, might he have it?' 'Yes, he may have it. There's no rule against that. Give it to me when you go, and I'll take care he has it.' 'No, but if you please, sir, don't be angry with me, sir. I am his mother, and you had a mother once. If I might only see him eat a little bit, I should go away so much more satisfied that he was all comfortable.' And again the tears of Kit's mother burst forth, and of Barbara's mother, and of little Jacob. As to the baby, it was crowing and laughing with all its might, under the idea apparently that the whole scene had been invented and got up for its particular satisfaction. The turnkey looked as if he thought the request a strange one, and rather out of the common way, but nevertheless he laid down his paper, and coming round where Kit's mother stood, took the basket from her, and after inspecting its contents, handed it to Kit, and went back to his place. It may be easily conceived that the prisoner had no great appetite, but he sat down on the ground and ate as hard as he could, while at every morsel he put into his mouth, his mother sobbed and wept afresh, though with a softened grief that bespoke the satisfaction the sight afforded her. While he was thus engaged, Kit made some inquiries about his employers, and whether they had expressed any opinion concerning him. But all he could learn was that Mr Abel had himself broken the intelligence to his mother with great kindness and delicacy late on the previous night, but had himself expressed no opinion of his innocence or guilt. Kit was on the point of mustering courage to ask Barbara's mother about Barbara, when the turnkey who had conducted him reappeared. A second turnkey appeared behind his visitors, and the third turnkey with the newspaper cried, 'Time's up!' adding in the same breath, 'Now for the next party!' and then plunging deep into his newspaper again. Kit was taken off in an instant, with a blessing from his mother and a scream from little Jacob ringing in his ears. As he was crossing the next yard with the basket in his hand, under the guidance of his former conductor, another officer called to them to stop, and came up with a pint pot of porter in his hand. 'This is Christopher Nubbles, isn't it, that come in last night for felony?' said the man. His comrade replied that this was the chicken in question. 'Then here's your beer,' said the other man to Christopher. 'What are you looking at? There ain't a discharge in it.' 'I beg your pardon,' said Kit. 'Who sent it to me?' 'Why, your friend,' replied the man. 'You ought to have it every day, he says, and so you will, if he pays for it.' 'My friend?' repeated Kit. 'You're all abroad, seemingly,' returned the other man. 'There's his letter. Take hold.' Kit took it, and when he was locked up again, read as follows: 'Drink of this cup, you'll find there's a spell in its every drop 'gainst the ills of mortality. Talk of the cordial that sparkled for Helen. Her cup was a fiction, but this is reality. Barclay and Co.'s. If they ever send it in a flat state, complain to the governor. Yours, R.S.' 'R.S.' said Kit, after some consideration. 'It must be Mr Richard Swiveller. Well, it's very kind of him, and I thank him heartily.' End of chapter 61.